Welcome back, everybody. I have another Facebook find for us to explore today. This is the Spirit Berserker zombie. I bought him on Facebook Marketplace, so you know it's hit or miss whether or not it's going to be good or not. But I needed some zombies to fill out my zombie-themed raveyard this year. So I've got some static zombies, of which this is, and I bought a couple of animatronic ones as well that will be coming soon. We'll take a look at those, and hopefully this will help fill out the display. So this guy apparently, according to the box here, is so real looking you may be afraid to get too close to him. Well, I hope so, because you know how I like to scare the little children. If they don't run away crying, then I haven't done my job. Even though my raveyard this year is going to be sort of more fun. Well, I guess, I don't know. Now that I'm incorporating these scary looking zombies, who knows? Will it be a little too intense for the little ones? I don't know. I intend it to be fun, but we'll see. So offhand, it looks like we've got instructions, so that's good. I don't think it's going to be too hard, really. It's probably just some stand pieces, because it looks like this guy is perhaps a full piece. We'll pull him out here in a second. But we have a number of metal stands. A nice base piece. I'm gonna save him for last here for a moment. There are a few more things in the box. And we have some shoes. These are the full molded plastic, so it's not that sort of flimsy material, which I like. So that's good. It's a good start. Let's see how creepy this guy looks. I can tell offhand. He's been outside maybe a few seasons. He's got a little bit of a funk to him, but that gives him more of the zombie realism, right? Look at that face. That is super creepy. So it looks like his legs are a little bit separate here. They are... Well, it's got some pants, but it's got some heavy foam inside of it too. So that's going to help give it a little bit of body. And it's got a nice wire metal hip piece to give the top some structure. So let me get this desk out of the way and let's get him together. Step number one, insert the bottom leg support to the base. Now, unfortunately, the instructions don't label the pieces, which is weird because they're labeled A, B, C, and so forth. But I'm going to assume we're starting with A and working our way up. Now, one interesting thing, I don't know, let's bring this in so you can kind of see it. The pole doesn't snap together. It has that slot there, and there are a couple of little pegs on the base piece, which are a little, again, hard to see. But I think once we slide this on top of it, that slot goes right on the peg and holds it together. But the unfortunate part about that is it's not going to stay if we pick it up like that. To get this guy assembled, you're first going to want to put the base with the angled pipes toward the front of the zombie. And then we can put our pipes A to A and D to D right on top as if they're, again, leaning forward toward the front of the zombie. Imagine these are his legs and these are his knees, so he's going to have bent knees. From here, we're going to put on the shoes, and they should just slide right over the top. And now, because of the way these pipes are angled, the shoes do not sit flat on the ground. You can see it's kind of lifted up just a little bit. But I don't see any way around that, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Next, we're going to put on the upper leg pieces, again, just matching the letters B to B and E to E. And this time, we're going to get the angled piece, again, angling forward, so he stands a little bit upright. Again, just imagine those are his legs, and then upper body. These pants are just about my size. This is going to be a tall guy. Now, the pant does contain like a heavy foam body material that goes about 3/4 of the way down the pant. So it's important when we're putting this over the pole that you want to make sure that that pole is going in the middle of this foam and not to the side of it. And then the top of the pant has these hoops that are just going to sit on a couple more of those pegs. And he's coming together. The only thing we have left to do really is put on his body. Let's lift up his shirt. So inside his frame, again, more metal posts. Almost forgot, we have a couple more support pieces. One is slightly larger than the other. And now we should be able to put his body on. Again, just sliding these posts into the slots here. Let's pull his shirt down. I mean, he does have kind of a bit of an over shirt, but there we go. He's all done. Now, he's supposed to be posable. Obviously, I feel like the arms are never long enough on these props. Like, they always seem a little shorter than life. But we can pose him. I don't think his head's quite so posable. I think it's pretty much just his arms, but there we go. He is done. Now, he doesn't move or anything. Again, he is just a static prop, but hopefully he's good enough to be scary. I think if we put like a strobe light on him or something, it'll give him that illusion of moving. I feel like if there was some Velcro or something, we could keep this shirt tucked inside the pants so you can see the belt buckle. Gives it a little bit more extra detail. But otherwise, I think outside, you know, with the wind and whatnot, that's just going to fly out. And let's bring the camera in and we'll take a closer look. He definitely looks like he's been up to something with all of that blood splattered on his outfit. I will say that that belt buckle does look a little cheesy. That's probably the letdown piece of the whole prop there. But what really stands out, of course, is his face. So let's take a closer look at that. Wow. This guy is scary. The way his face looks like the skin is just rotting off. I am a little disappointed with the tip of his nose right there. I don't know if that is smushed in. I mean, it's got a weird look to it. I think it has been just kind of smushed at some point, which is unfortunate. But look at those teeth. Wow. And the way it goes back into his mouth gives it a lot of dimension. Look at these scars, the way the skin is pulling from his face. His hair actually looks very realistic as well. I am very impressed. He doesn't have light up eyes, which I'm happy about because, you know me, I never really liked the light up eyes. But I do kind of feel like maybe something might give it a little bit more, you know, make it a little more impressive. I am planning to use a lot of black light in my display. I'm thinking, what if I just put like a little touch of fluorescent paint on the pupils of his eyes just to give it just a tiny glow. Look, his nails here are all black. His hands are not that impressive. They look very plasticky, but I am not disappointed. Take a quick look at the other one here. Little kids be scared of him grabbing them, so I love that. I wonder what it would look like if we changed that belt and put like a real belt on him just to give it a little bit more realism. Definitely has some dirt going down his pants. And here are the molded shoes that I was talking about. So they do have, looks like shoelaces. Of course, it's plastic, but I like the detail. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. You probably want to see the back side of him as well. Again, I can't lift him up to move him around because he's just going to fall all apart. So I don't love that. The back, I like that they continued the splatter effect all around the backside, but he is pretty much meant to be seen just, of course, from the one angle here in the front. Wonder if we could make him move somehow, because he does have a little bit of sort of give with the way both of his leg pieces are sort of independent. He does shift around a little bit, but I think he's pretty scary. I'm excited to have him in my display this year. So I forgot to tell you how much I paid for this guy. So again, he was a Facebook Marketplace find. Usually I have some pretty bad luck with those, but I'm glad he was all together. This guy was from 2013, 2014, I think, from Spirit, and he retailed for $129. So maybe he's a collector's item at this point. I hope so. Maybe I got a good deal, but I paid $125 for him, which I actually negotiated down from $150 that the guy wanted, which is even more than I wanted to pay, but you know, I need my zombies for my display, so what are you going to do? And I like him more than I thought I was going to, especially being a static prop. But I think for my rave with the flashing lights and strobes and everything, he's going to fit right in. But let me know, what do you think? If you want to see more zombies, DIY products, store walkthroughs, and more, make sure you're subscribed. And I can't wait to share those with you as we get closer to Halloween. So till then, take care, everyone, and happy haunting.